Everyone, welcome back to the All Music Matters and That podcast. I'm your host, Brian, and today I welcome a special guest. We got Lillycue, aka Dragon Goddess from Darkness.
Yeah,
How you doing today?
I'm doing good. Not just, but I woke up an hour ago. So there we
Hey,
go.
it's the weekend. We're meant to sleep in. That's our deal. So yeah,
Yeah,
I guess so.
but also that I'm more of a night creature. So like I go to bed at 2 a.m. usually. So
You and me both. I mean, we're nocturnal. We're gonna say it that way. So
yeah,
you tend to wonder if we're like descendants of like Dracula, for instance. We just have to like to come out at night. We're more awake. That's our deal.
it's like life. No.
Like some night.
So
Yeah. All right. That's good to have you on here too. And I guess what's new? I guess what do you got going on right now?
I just released a song like what 5 days ago. Oh yeah, that was pretty cool. It took a while to do this one. It always take a while to do music, but I'm glad that everything's released. Now it's like pushing, doing promotion so people can hear it because it's a rootless world out there, and your music can just disappear into the abyss and never be heard. So yeah, promotion super important too. That's what's going on right now.
That's good to hear. I guess what's the name of the song?
It's desperate situation.
All right, sounds good. And I guess you'll elaborate more on the lyrics and everything else here just a little bit here too. But I guess is it just strictly you that's doing the music, or do you collaborate with other people?
There's one song I did a collab. It's Dragon of Darkness. Was featuring Dreamforce. She's a pretty good guitarist and musician overall. But right now it's just me usually. Like, because I like to be in control. I guess that can be a problem. And right now, like I'm focusing on learning as writing music at the same time. So like, it's better for me just to like sharpen my craft. I guess if that's the right way to say it. So that's why I usually work alone.
All right, fair
For
enough.
now.
For now, we'll get to that point eventually. So,
Yeah.
okay. And just real quick for the audience, which part of the world are you hailing from?
I'm in Montreal, Quebec, Canada.
Oh, really? Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I was in Montreal a couple years ago there too. Beautiful city. I'll give you a thumbs up for that.
Well, it's pretty good. It's great when you have money though, like because like rent is so expensive now, and that's becoming a big problem. And the government didn't do anything for like to remedy the situation. So like, it's nice to live in the city, but if you're broke, you can't do anything. Like you're kind of trapped. And like, anyway.
I mean, that's sort of the story of everyone's life when they want to live in the city. You need money to live there.
Yeah, that's it. Like great, like transit system, restaurants, and like clubs or whatever. Like you also have concerts. But if you're broke, like none of this matter, right?
Unfortunately. But we make do what we can. So, all right, that's all good.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, Lillycue, welcome to my podcast here. And the way it's going to work is to ask you some questions. Let's get to know more of the woman behind the music, as well as who you are, both in terms of musician and individually as well here too. So, are you ready?
Yeah, I am.
All right. So start here at the beginning here too. So, I guess tell us your backstory about how you became a musician.
Let's say so my first song I released was like a bit more than a year ago. Like it was October 2023. But I always wanted to be a musician, but a lot of things happened in my life. Mentally, like I was always like I always had depression, and then I finally got better, and then I could work on my craft and stuff like this. But the desire to make music was since I was like little. I'm always was passionate about music from the. Oh God, sorry, stuttering. I was always passionate for like music from games and stuff like that, and always like wondered how they made this music like this. But I was also, I don't know, like I guess my mind wasn't like super optimal at the time when I was young, just always like in my own world and stuff like this. So it took a lot to work on myself before I could start making music.
I guess, was it one of your parents that influenced you? I guess taking up a guitar and like maybe a different instrument at one point in your life.
No, not really. I think it was more friends. Like I remember, I got a. I mean, I'm not saying my parents didn't want me to make music, but like it was more about the influence of my friends. Remember hearing Blind Guardian for the first time. That was my first contact with metal. A lot of people was Metallica, right? Me was Blind Guardian. That was my entry to metal. Like, what this rules. This is awesome, right? Also Nirvana, Rage Against the Machine, one of my favorite band of all time. Like, like all these like fascinated me. Like, this is so good. Like, this is awesome. And then I had a friend who had an electric guitar. Like, I didn't know how to play. That was seemed interesting. I didn't know what I was doing. I think I got an acoustic guitar at the point I started learning Nirvana songs. But I always struggled learning music. Like, it was super hard for me. My attention span was so like short that I couldn't like really. A lot of things were registering in my mind, and but I loved it. And then life went on and didn't touch the guitar that much.
Mm. I can see. And I was gonna say you got the dragon scales and everything here too. Is this a little inspiration from Game of Thrones, a little Daenerys Targaryen role in there?
No, not really. It's just me. Like I always have been passionate about dragons since like Dungeons and Dragons when I was young. So I like. I know it's just a pet peeve, but like Game of Thrones, they're not dragons; they're wyverns because they walk on their wings. For me, dragons 4 paws and 2 wings, so it's more majestic. Anyway, that's just a pet peeve of mine. It doesn't really matter.
Fair
So,
enough.
but my inspiration was more Dungeons and Dragons and stuff like this, and
Mm.
other sources, I guess.
Mm. So outside Dungeons and Dragons, I guess, what other games kind of influenced you? You do strike me like you would be Final Fantasy too.
Oh yeah, Final Fantasy. I mean, this little guy here, Mega Man, right? The Blue Bomber. Pistol. My cat is stupid. Oh my god. Yeah, Final Fantasy for sure. Nobuo Uematsu is one of my favorite game composer. He's a genius. Chrono Trigger. Yasunori Mitsuda is another video game composer. The like along with all the other influence I mentioned, like bands like Nirvana and stuff like this. Uh, Game composers like are just I found it amazing. Like on a 16-bit platform, like all these different instruments that could work together. Like it wasn't like quality wise, it didn't sound like a current band or anything. Like it wasn't like real instruments, whatever. But like the layers of compositions in these songs, like it was like Final Fantasy is like great battle music, great theme music, and like yeah. So these games, apart from the games themselves, like I love playing the games. I love listening to the music as well. So of course, like the only thing I did when I was young was playing video games. That's the only thing I did. Like that was my little escape world because I hated going to school. I hated the world around me. I was always picked on and stuff like this. So yeah.
Tough life, yeah. I can see. So sorry to hear that there too. And I guess I said hated school, yeah. So yeah, that'll deal. So
I mean, that's the thing about school. It's not. It's important because I think more people should go and learn stuff because we have like pretty, not would say dumb people, but there are people that like some knowledge. But at the same time, like high school is a horrible place. Like for me, at least. I mean, some people like they're super okay, but like it's like goodies and people think they're better than everyone. Like I don't know. I don't like the school system. I'm pretty sure there's a better way to go to school and learn stuff. But
you're probably right. But I think they would say homeschool is probably the next option available. So
yeah, unless like you have accredited like teachers. If it's homeschool, you better have like legit like um accurate information you get from there because it's easy to go homeschool and just have like bad like sources to learn stuff and then what you learn is all wrong, it's not true. So
that's true.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll go jump into your little music project here, Lillycue. So I guess when do you officially start doing it? And hey, we got a shout out for the. Is that your mascot?
That's Pesto. He's hungry right now. It's like, mommy, I want food, but like later.
That timing. So
That's him, yeah. Well, he's supposed to eat. He eats like two anyway. Like it's not his time right now, but he doesn't care.
he always wants to eat. They're always
Yeah,
picky too. So
yeah.
all right. I guess delve into your music project here. I guess when did it start?
Well, when it started, like my first song was um October 2023, I think. And like the reason why, like I always wanted music, and then stuff happened in my life. Said this is the time now. Stop waiting. Stop. Like this is the time. So I said instead of trying to everything to be perfect, because like especially for artists, you want to be everything to be perfect. That's not possible. Like perfection doesn't really exist, right? So it's at the point like just go. So I started making music, and the point with the name, not the name Lillycue, but the point I used my name to publish music was to learn. It's like professional music. It's commercial music. You can listen to it, but for me, it's a learning opportunity. If you listen to my first song, Metal Rhythm in Your Face, it's super simple, but it's me discovering how to follow rhythm, like how to record, how to master, how to mix. Like so that's how it started. I have projects for the future, like but before I started these projects, I wanted to be a good musician overall. So
Did you play in any other bands before forming this? I guess even before COVID too.
oh yeah, it's I mean I tried like a couple of years ago to join a band, but I wasn't ready for that. And also like what we were doing at the band was learning others people's song. I don't like that. I like to create my own music. Like I don't know, it's not interesting for me to sit in front of a I don't know screen or whatever, look at tabs and trying to learn. Like I don't like that at all.
That's like Guitar Hero and Rocksmith were not up your alley then in terms of video games. So
I suck at those. That's like I make music and I suck at these games. So like go figure it. I don't know.
I mean, hey, the guitar players from Dragon Force, they were not able to play like their own music whenever it came up and playing on Guitar
Because
Hero.
like it's not a real instrument. It's a plastic and controller with buttons. Like it's not real. It's fun. I'm not saying it's bad. I mean, some people had fun with Guitar Heroes and Rock Band and stuff like this. But apart from the drum parts, like drum seems more fun because you actually drum when you play the drums on Rock Band. The Guitar Hero is a plastic instrument. It's not a real instrument. Like so.
At least just for that hour, it at least made you feel like you were a Slash playing. Oh,
Yeah, yeah. But that's why I'm saying that's why it's hard for a musician to like. It's not because you're a musician you will be good at those because it's not the same thing. It's totally different.
fair enough. All right. But in terms of COVID here too, I guess was COVID kind of thing that really inspired you to form your little music project?
Um, it would happen without or with COVID. Like, it's not like I'm. For me, it was just the timing. It's like it's time to do something because otherwise I'm just gonna grow old and not accomplish anything, and that scared me. I wanted to accomplish something in life, and I said, "Hey, I love music, and it's time to say you're actually a musician and go." Because like it's also with believing in yourself. I know it's like super cliche and it's been heard like thousands of times, but it's not like this. You have to see yourself. No, look, I may suck right now. I'm still a musician, and I still want to do this. And how do you not suck at something? You do it over and over again until you become good. That's it. Like it's and for me it was like I want to do this. It's daunting, it's scary, it's big, it's like I'm not sure. I want to do this.
That's for sure. I guess while we're on that topic here too, I guess how bad was COVID for you personally, family wise, then I guess anything else in terms of music wise?
It was bad for a lot of reasons because like well, stuff happened to my girlfriends too, health wise, at the same time as COVID, like not related really, or maybe I don't know. It was a difficult time, that's for sure. We had to move. We had because we couldn't pay rent. Like it was super bad. We sold instruments. She sold piano. I sold my bass. I sold my first 7 strings guitar at the time. It was it was difficult, that's for sure. But like at one point, I said to myself, okay, we have to move. Let's do this. Let's start from day. Let's start again from like beginning again, and then let's do this. So yes, not going out is difficult, but at the same time, it's like, hey, we have to do this. Let's just get this over with and just move on.
I wonder there was a cue in the dramatic music whenever he had to sell that 7 string guitar. So,
Well, it's good because I got a new one. I'm gonna get it. Hold on, pistol. I got this one now. Like we changes color. I don't think people can see, but it's like purple and blue. Like it changed. So I'm pretty happy with the new one I bought. Like it's a like a Jackson. So I'm happy with this. The other one was good. It was the more expensive guitar, but I didn't like. There's some stuff I didn't like about it. So it's all good after. But yeah.
all's well that ends well. Okay, that's all good. Like I said, were you and your partner okay? I guess, did you guys catch COVID at all?
Probably several times. Like I know we caught it like 1 or 2 times, but like I'm really sick, so if I catch something, it's just like it doesn't stay for long, so it's good. Um, it wasn't like some people really have like health issue with COVID. For us, it was like the test said positive, but we didn't lose smell or taste or whatever. There wasn't like really big effect or whatever.
That's good to hear. And good to see you and your partner are doing well there, Lily. So good to have a long hair for the ride here too. So
Yeah, she's getting better. Where we are, let's say we had trials in life, but we are tackling these trials and making sure we get everything works out in the end.
in other words, you became the dragon in a certain way, whenever you think about it.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, yeah, I always had fascination for dragons, like I said, but like at the same time, it says, "Hey, I'm gonna use an image and a name to promote who I am, and this is the time." So yeah, kind of.
It was more so like a metaphor, like you took on the situation, had a
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
that'll deal. But
It's also attitude, right? To say, I'm gonna, I know who I am, and now it's time to, because you can wait in life. Some people are gotta wait that everything gets good, you know, but that may not ever happen. Like you have to take a decision. Hey, I'm gonna take care of things right now. If I want things to get better, I'm the person that can do it. That's it. So yeah, you're right. There's the attitude for sure.
actually, about the attitude, it was going to be more like the. I know you talked about Rage Against the Machine, but I thought it was going to be like the killing in the name of the whole "fuck you, I won't do what you tell me" that whole deal.
Oh yeah. Oh, I have a lot of fuck yous in my. There's a lot of things happening right now in my world, in the world that I'm like, I want. If I can have an impact on this, a minuscule impact on this, I'm gonna happy because I'm. Yes, there's a lot of fuck yous in the world. There's a lot of things I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like, but I'm gonna use my voice to like call the bullshit. That's for sure. I'm not sitting by for sure.
That's for sure. Actually, I was going to say, I think a lot of those "fuck yous" go to all the people who seem to message you about some rather explicit details, to say the least.
Oh yeah, yeah. But these are minor. Like the big fuck yous, like governments around the world, injustice, double standards. Like, I mean, just Meta right now, their decisions to like all LGBTQ plus people now on Meta on Facebook, you can say that it's mental illness, and like Facebook will like, yes, it's mental illness. Like you can, women, you can like, um, what's the word? Like you can treat women badly on Facebook now. There's no problem. Like yeah, that's a big fuck you. Like social media, fuck you, so fuck you. Like X, fuck you. Of course.
That's for sure too. But
Yeah,
in all seriousness, good to see you and your partner are doing well here. So,
thank you.
anyways, I guess how's the music scene been in around Montreal? Has it been kind of on the up and up, or is it still struggling?
So funny, I don't know because I'm just in my own little world making music and releasing music. So my plan for 2025 is like go out more and meet other musicians because I think that's going to be super beneficial for me. But I don't know. I don't know how's the scene in music. I know there are bands here for sure. Um, oh, like what's the name of the band? I forgot. There's a popular metal band here, like started in Montreal, but like we don't have a lot of like super big bands that like made it out in the world. Well, Simple Plan is from Montreal, but like I'm not really proud of Simple Plan, but I guess that's one. But yeah, the smallest scene though, I think it's active. I mean, there are musicians here for sure. Like I on Facebook, I've seen band from here, so there's a scene for sure. But I'm not really. I don't know how the scene is here.
I trying to remember one group I actually interviewed. It was Eaten by Sharks, who's a Canadian band. I don't think it was Montreal. I thought they were closer to Toronto. I'm not sure, but strongly recommend you check them out. Make some heavy music, to say the least. But I'd
I
say
mean,
the bands are there, yeah.
the band is here. There's a group on Facebook. It's called Canadian CMC Canadian something. Like it's all bands from here, from Canada. So there's a scene for sure. I mean, music is everywhere. It's not like everyone loves making music. For sure. Not everyone, but like a lot of people loves making music. So there's a scene in like everywhere. But there's a scene here too. I'm just gonna discover it a bit more this year.
That'd be cool. Actually, I got some see some bands last night, actually. So I didn't actually get to bed till like 1 a.m. last night.
Um,
So
I miss doing that. Like last show I went was like Elstorm. I saw Elstorm a couple of years ago. No, that's not true. I saw Hellstorm, the other one with Lizzie. I guess I saw the two Els. One Hellstorm, one Hellstorm. It was pretty good, but I don't like. I missed Flesh God Apocalypse, which is one of my favorite bands. They went to Montreal. I missed them because I was broke, so it sucks.
I was gonna say, what year was that? Because I've actually recently started getting into them, but I'm more digging the Agony album, if anything, above all their works.
The new album is amazing. The new Flesh God album is fucking great. I think it's one of the best work because they started to not change their sound. They're still themselves, but they started mixing it up and changing some stuff in the compositions. The female, what's her name? Forgot the vocalist. She sings more in this album too, which is amazing. So,
She the one's doing all the acapellas, and they still got the death growls from I guess, the front
yeah,
man.
it's an amazing band. Oh my god, it gives me chills. It's like it's so melodic but heavy, and like it's
Well, they lost their bass player, right? And he was the one that was originally doing all the so-called opera clean singing, if we wanted to say that.
I think so. I'm not really like I didn't take time to like learn about the band itself, but I think so. Yeah.
Still great choice nonetheless here too. But I know you maybe touched on it, but I guess is Flesh God Apocalypse mainly your biggest inspiration in terms of your music style, or do you have any others?
One of the biggest inspiration is Moon Sorrow. Um, Moon Sorrow was a band from Finland, and I always say they don't make music; they make journeys. This is like my best song of theirs is Half an Hour. That's a whole fucking song, Half an Hour. Um, and like it's I'm not a big fan of black metal. I would say it's pagan metal, so there's a bit of black inspiration. It's more like it's like I said, it's a journey. You listen to a song of Moon Sorrow, I was like, oh my god, like this some song that really helped me get through really difficult time. But it's not the only band. Another one is Vamps, not the Vamps. Vamps, the Japanese J rock band. They are amazing too. Like if you compare Vamps are like the dirty vampires of the streets. That's the image you're gonna give. Like it's not goth music per se, but like they have like the attitude of we are fucking dirty and fucking like us comes. And they are amazing. Um, yeah, Versailles too. It's another Japanese band, or melodic, super fast, like um neoclassical, whatever. I have a couple inspiration like this. Video game music again is always being an inspiration for me even today because it's like it's in the context of like you make songs for a game, but it's all theme based. Like if you watch a movie, the music is scene based, right? You make you want a battle scene, you make a song for a battle for the movie, and then it ends, but it's in the background because your attention is on the movie itself. Video game music is more theme based. Like you have like character theme based, battle theme based, and in this context, it kind of limits, not limit, but gives like guideline for a musician to create the music. But they express so much freedom in these different like guidelines, like for a character theme, whatever. Like so, even today, you have bands that inspired me a lot. Video game music is also on top of my inspiration. Like the way you can mix instruments together to create certain emotion. Anyway, I'm, it's amazing. And like what's super fun now today is like most of the video game music of the past are available on Spotify now. So you can type Final Fantasy, we'll get a lot of like original music, but also orchestral versions and stuff like this. So it's amazing.
I think I did actually see like an album they did with Dark Souls. I don't know if you played that game, but I think they actually did more of a metal version, but it still like had some of the elements from like the
Yeah.
orchestral ensemble set there too. So
It's amazing like all the creative like ideas that comes into like even the covers, whatever the version orchestral, like how do you keep sometimes the original song, but like make it more grandiose or whatever the word is. Like it's amazing like how people like that can achieve like uh making concerts and like a version like this.
that's for sure. But at the same time, in the independent community, we've tended to like mix the genres together. Like they'll bring like
Oh yeah.
industrial and some with the metal too. So yeah,
But my new song is electronic metal. It's metal electronic. So it's like Desperate Situation is like I started to realize my other songs I what if I could just do electronics? I didn't know how to do it. Like you just had like samples and effects and a keyboard and I'm like, oh that sounds nice. And Desperate Situation is like me having a better knowledge of how to do it. I don't think like I'm sure people will write better electronic than myself because I'm a primarily metal artist, whatever. But like, yeah, I love mixing stuff together. It's like, hey, let's just throw out the norm out of the window, right? And just create something. One band I like a lot is forgot its name. Oh my god. Um, Electric Cowboy. That they have a song like you got to move something in that. It's metal and with dance music, electronic. It's super heavy.
I think one that was kind of similar was Callous Cowboys. I don't know if that was something similar with.
I think it's we're talking about the same band. I think so. I think it's Electric Cowboy. I don't know. I'm sorry, people will gonna yell at me. Oh, you dummy! You don't know the name, but I do that sometimes when I'm stressed or whatever. I forget things, but yeah, it's like just don't. And that brings back to video game music again. Just put stuff together. Just oh, I'm gonna put electric guitar here and like I don't know trombone or whatever. It might not give a good result, or it might just do stuff. Like don't be afraid of just like trying different genres, mixing them together. Like you're not confined. Like of course, sometimes I will go to a band. I want like death metal. Just play death metal. Yes, sometimes I want that, but sometimes just explore, and you might be surprised for sure.
I think the band was Electric Cowboy. I think that's what it was.
Electric There you go. There you
I
go.
caught
They're
that.
amazing band. I discovered them last summer. I was blown away. Oh my, this is so good. This is so fucking good.
Yep. Your mind's blown whenever you hear something from them, to be honest. So, all right. So, jump into the next one right here. I guess you showed off your guitar right there, too. So, I guess what other gear do you use to make the magic happen?
It's mostly software. I have an audio interface over here that you can't see, but it's all plugged in it. And then I have like my digital audio workstation, my DAW, and then all the plugins are in there that I plug in. I don't really I don't have an amp. I don't have a real amp. I don't like first because amps are expensive, but second, like I live in an apartment, so I can't really make loud noise or whatever. So yeah, so I have two guitars. So I got this one here, like I showed. Like, there's another white one, and I bought like a not expensive control, a Korg not expensive MIDI controller, and that's how I do like extra stuff like sounds, and that's pretty much it. My computer, and then like eventually I'm gonna expand for sure. Like I want more stuff. I like multi effect pedals. There's good ones on there's like the quad cortex. A lot of musicians use that one. It can't replicate or copy whatever the name is of the sound of a real amp in the pedal, and then you can have effects. That's the thing I would like to buy. I need to buy a bass because right now our bass are all samples. So I want to buy a real bass eventually. So of course I'm gonna expand my instrument space, but right now it's just these couple of instruments. That's it.
Do you utilize any drums when it comes to in your music there, or?
Yeah, it's a sample, it's effects and dupes and stuff like this.
Hmm, I wasn't sure.
I'm not a drummer. Eventually, having a real drummer will be awesome. I would like to work and have ideas and say, hey, drummer, what can you do with this? That would be awesome. But right now, I just use samples and stuff like this.
Actually, I wasn't sure if it was like Superior Drummer, where it's
It's
still a program, so that'll do it. It'll do it. Yeah.
right now what I use is what's it name again? Um, the company's supposed to close down because they didn't make any money, but I heard they were bought right now. I'm just gonna check here.
Sorry, I fumbling with my English right there. Fortunately, I get a little tongue tied at times. So
Yeah, Ugritone. Yeah, Riot drums, Ugritone. It's a pretty like I love their drums, their sound and everything. So they had financial problem apparently, but they just got bought. So the company will keep making like drums. That's awesome because they're great. I started using Superior Drummer, which is cool. I like the sounds of Ugritone. Ugritone's better. So, yeah, that's what I'm using right now. But like for a desperate situation, I also made them. There's some drum part with electro, so I just took drum sections and put a sweeping resonant plugins on it, and like it muffles the drums, give it a more poop sound. So that's pretty interesting too. So like I play around with the samples and stuff like this.
that's pretty cool. Actually, we seem to be struggling with anything that starts with the letter U because we seem seem to be fumbling too. So so that's okay though too. But anyway, jumping here to the next one, I guess. Your recent song, "Desperate Situations." I guess. What do you like to talk about in your lyrics?
Um, yeah. So first started using writing lyrics. It was like stuff because I when I write lyrics, sometimes you get stuck. Like, so what I do is like I just put nonsense words to separate all the sections. So there were sections called stuff, and stuff, and it was all nonsense, but how they could put like the outline of what I wanted to do. Then I started thinking, I don't know, what would be the theme of that song's. At the beginning, the name of the song was "Desperate Stupidity," and I was like, "That's a pretty good name," but it doesn't fit. That's not what I want. So I started writing. I have like a theme in my mind. Let's say in this case I'm the person singing in the song. So it's like, oh, okay, I'm trapped. What should I do to like unstuck myself and get free? And that's where the lyrics came by. So the song is like, I'm in a desperate situation, but I want to get out. That's the whole song's about that.
I guess do all your lyrics and all the other songs that you have released, and even like maybe some future releases, do you normally like to talk about personal experiences, or are they all pretty much like metaphors?
I just go wherever I feel like it. Like, yes, I have general plans of what I want to do sometimes, like, but also when it comes to write music, it's like, okay, I stare at like let's say I open my software and it's a blank page, there's nothing yet. It's like, what do I want to do? There's sometimes I start with guitar, sometimes I have ideas of the lyrics first. It always depends on the song. There's no fixed way of making music for me. One thing, like we went back to the big fuck you of the world, like a lot of bad things are happening. That's a big inspiration for me in general. Like the song Dragon of Darkness was about this. Turned out it's like a message to all these oligarchs and like super rich people, and like other people are in control. Like, hey, they are higher beings watching you doing all this dumb shit, and we're fed up about it. Like, so for sure, like I said, when it comes to individual songs, it's like it changed from song to song the way I write. But this big fuck you on the world is a theme that's here because I can't shut up about it. I'm fucking tired of what's happening in the world. So I seem like an angry person. I'm not like I'm a happy person, but like I can't sit by and doing nothing, and that's gonna reflect on future music. That's for sure.
Well, it's like people said, music tends to be therapeutic, so I think we tend to let those demons out at times in our lyrics.
Yeah, but also like going back to Rage Against the Machine, right? They inspired me to become who I am too, a part, and not the only one. But it's like again, like Bulls on Parade, right? And all these songs, it's like they they inspire you to go up and do something about it. Like, because you can complain all your life, but if you just complain and sit in front of the keyboard angry, nothing's gonna change. And I think music is a good way to inspire people to change things.
That's for sure. Not to get off topic, but did you ever try doing the Tommy Morello sort of guitar style? I forget how he does it. Like, how he makes it sound like a turntable sort of style.
I think you have the special pedals and stuff. I think like one thing you can do with a pick is scratch. Right. You won't hear it, but you can. I don't think you're gonna hear it, but you can like scratch like this. But I don't know how you do things. That guy's a genius. Tom Morello's a genius guitarist. Like, he's not a super fast technical guitarist, and that's fine because we have too much of these right now. Like too much of these. He's a genius because he can do a lot with less. Of course, there are all the effects he has, like car noises and whatever. But the way he does rhythm in the songs with a rap style singing is amazing. It's amazing, right?
It pretty much works alongside Zach De La Rocha's vocal style too. So yeah,
It works. This band is amazing even today. I mean, I listen to sometimes I have like I need to listen to some Rage right now and just like play a song on Spotify. Like, oh yeah, this even today. This is still amazing. It's one of those bands like it doesn't wear out, if that's the right expression, right? You don't get tired of it. It always still relevant today. The theme is super relevant today, and that was made in the 90s. You think about it. Yeah, one of the best band of all time, in my opinion.
I'm definitely among there too. I have to send you a picture later because I actually do have a little banner in my room right there, and actually, there's one of them on stage. Unfortunately, it's a little blurry, so I'm not too sure if it was a Polaroid camera, but it's them on stage having a good time. That's their deal.
Yeah, they're great. They can't make a new album, I think, because they do not go well together anymore. I don't know what's the reason. People say, make a new album. You came back together already. Just make. Probably gonna never happen. Well, never say never, but I would like to hear a current event Rage Against the Machine.
It'd be nice. Actually, do it outside whenever they're doing a political event or something like that. So
Yeah.
that'd be nice. Well, fingers crossed. But I think I'm very skeptical to say the least there too. But ERA would be something. Here's something new from them, to be honest.
Well, so they came back together for some shows like what 2, 3 years ago, right? So that's why people say, oh, maybe. But also remember, we were introducing there were tensions in the band at some point. That's why they stopped making music. I might have this all wrong, but something that happens. You have like creative genius together, and then they don't they don't go well together. They create awesome music together, but there are tensions and stuff like happened with Guns N' Roses at the same time too, right? They got like so many things. Dream Theater as well. Like not Mike Portnoy is back with the band, but like they broke up at some point, so that something happens. Like
Yeah, that's for sure. Actually, I don't know how the tensions led to it, but it was actually three of the members went to form Audio Slave, and they just threw Chris Cornell out in front right there. So I just know a great band to say the least.
rest in peace, Chris. No.
Yeah, lost him too soon. That one.
No. Well, we lost too soon Kurt Cobain as well. Like,
Kurt Cobain, Chester Bennington.
Oh, yeah. Jimi Hendrix too, but Jimi Hendrix didn't. I think he got killed. Jimi Hendrix, but.
Well, his was more drug related. That was just stupid decisions. The other ones, I think, were more mental. And I'm not too sure about Kurt, so.
Yeah, I'm not like. I think it was suicide, but I don't know. I didn't watch. There was a movie about him, like Soak It with Bleach, I think was the name of the movie. I never saw it, so I should watch it. I should probably watch this movie.
I'll say it for tonight. So, there. But may they rest in peace, nonetheless. So,
yeah.
Okay. So, jumping here to the next one here, too. So, I guess, what do you make of social media and artificial intelligence these days? Do you use some AI for your music?
No, not really. I could. The thing with AI, the big problem so is ownership and stuff like this. Even say you could use AI in music and say you can 100% use all this in your song, but then you upload the content ID, YouTube content ID, and then you could be in trouble because it's hey, we flag your song because you use something. AI is a shit show right now. So AI as a tool to assist, sure. I mean, I read an article like a couple of months ago that they train AI to detect breast cancer before it happened. So that's a good way to use AI for sure. So there are uses for AI, but right now, as a creative, well, as a creative assistant, yes, I could use it. I find me super quick a chord progression because I'm not sure. Awesome. But in my music, no, because right now the laws are like so you can still be in trouble even though they say you're 100% okay using this AI like songs or whatever. So I'm not using it. Social media, it's a shit show right now, and there's no organic growth. That's a myth, right? Meta and also X, whatever, even YouTube, if they don't want, even if your stuff is super good and your fan will like to see it, they're still gonna limit the reach. They limit certain creators and certain content, and that's awful. Like I think I on my page I have like 5.5, 5.3 soon followers. 0.1% see my stuff. 0.1% of my followers see my stuff. People follow to see my stuff and they don't see my stuff. That's ridiculous. That's like, and sometimes you get a bump like YouTube decides to take a post and just show it to a lot of people. It's still 0.1% of my own followers. Can you start by my own followers first and then expand after? But I don't know. Like social is super difficult right now, and sometimes it's just discouraging. Like you just there were there were times that I got to like close to like a burnout just because social you put so much hard work into making music, and then the social platform was like, nah, I'm not gonna show you stuff. And the way you combat this is you make posts, a lot of posts. You need new posts about your music. You have to do a lot, not just one post. But even then, it's difficult. It's a crawl, and it's not guaranteed that people are gonna see your stuff. it's annoying.
That's
It's
that's for
annoying.
sure.
Yeah, but at the same times, I'm like, hey, people will go discover me no matter what. Like eventually, I'm not giving up. I learned to take breaks. Like I didn't make music for a week now because I say before I work on my next songs, I'm just gonna take time to relax, post less on social, just post pictures or photos of me, whatever. Like do normal stuff, less promotion, and then I'll go back. I'm gonna come back strong. It's important to take break because it's a ruthless world right now. And also, like you have to think about it. There's a lot of music coming out. Like at some point, people times attention span is limited, and yes, you want to be the one on top. Well, it's like ideally you want to be the one that's like stands out, but a lot of people want to stand out. So it's like a super crowded place. So it's important just to be patient, and eventually your stuff gonna get heard. And don't get discouraged because socials are working against you, which sucks. But don't get discouraged and take breaks. But yeah, it's a shit show. It sucks.
That's for sure. Just real quick, what social media are you utilizing right now?
I'm on pretty much everything. I'm on TikTok, which probably gonna close on in the US soon, or we'll see. I'm on Blue Sky now. I stopped using X because I don't want to use X, but I should do the same with all Meta platforms. So I'm on Instagram's Thread and also Facebook, but like now it's like run by extreme right people, and I don't like that. But that's the one I have the most followers. It's on Facebook. So at the same time, I was like, yeah, should I leave? But at the same time, so yeah, CapCut is like a TikTok like platform. It's okay. It's more like liberal TikTok, but it's not as good. The other algorithms are not great. But so mainly, uh, yeah. So Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, Thread, and TikTok are the main ones, and also YouTube. I'm on YouTube, yeah. But YouTube is a social video platform ish. So
I just need YouTube, so yeah, we can say why. But jumping to the next question here about challenges, I guess, would you say most of your challenges are more like on the mental side of things, where it's like getting like those bad things from social media, or even like maybe musicians block, if we want to call it, instead of writer's block?
yeah, for sure. Like one thing that happened with me is like I had psilocybin therapy or magic mushroom therapy for my depression, and that freed everything. Like for the first 40 years, yeah, I'm older than I look, but I was trapped in here, and that was a big reason why I couldn't. And then I had a psychiatrist therapist, and there was a new law in Canada where you could have like psilocybin an exception law for depression. So I talked to my therapist, can I try this? He says, okay, I'm going to look into the law and stuff like this. And said, yeah. And that freed my mind. But it's still difficult here now, but less. I'm not really depressed anymore. So that's awesome. But for the first 40 part of my life, that was the reason why I didn't start making music first, because it was difficult here. So, yeah.
I see. That's good to see you're doing well there. So
Yeah.
never too late.
Yeah, I never feel like that's the thing. But and I want to add to this. It was difficult here, but I always also was determined to get out of it. Right. And it's not even, some people like have depression and then they don't have zero motivation. So it's kind of weird to say I had zero motivation because depression does that. But there was a glimpse of I want to get out of this. I'm fucking tired to be trapped in my own fucking mind. So that helped me a lot. And I think for everyone that struggle with mental illness, that little glimpse, that's the thing you want to hang on. Even though it's fucking difficult and your brain works against you. Because you can think of the brain as a mechanical thing. It's a machine that works, that allows you to do things. and your will is separate to that machine. Like, so that machine doesn't work quite well. You have like ADHD, anxiety, like the whole mechanical part doesn't work well. You get like social insecurities. You get, like everything that happened, but the will is like, I want to get out of this. And that's the thing you want to hang on, because eventually, if you hang on, there's different ways to get out of it. And science too, science is on our side. I was talking about psilocybin therapy, but we are learning more and more how to help people with mental disabilities to get out. So that's the cool part. But you still have to hang on to this, like, this will part of like getting better.
It's not a Rush song. I will choose free will. So yeah.
Yeah, well, scientists says there's no free will, whatever. Like, they're scientists, they have numbers, sure. But I would say without this free will of mine, I couldn't get out. So
That's like debatable, but I don't want to get into that. That's a lot outside my pay grade. So
yeah, for me too. I just say from my personal experience, I needed that little glimpse of free will because I wouldn't be here today. So
that's for sure. And I guess would that be the advice you try to get to other musicians on social media and in your neck of the woods?
yeah, advice, but also take fucking breaks. Take breaks. Like, people think, oh, I need to do this. I need to push. I need to push. If you do that, you're just gonna get a burnout. Listen to your mind and body when you're tired. Like, don't create music for 2 months if you need to. Post less. Have days you don't post anything, because otherwise it's just the machine out there, whatever, target rage against the machine, right? The algorithm, the robot's gonna win over you. You don't want that.
We can't let the Terminator win in this case. So
You have to. I mean, they say you need to adapt to survive. You need to adapt, right? And it's important to adapting means also to not tire yourself out. Be patient. Take these moments to reflect, to think. It's a fast changing world out there. And you can't keep up to this fast change all the time. You need to take a step back, take opportunities, um, do what you're good at, and little by little, the thing you do will eventually work out. I'm say this, I'm not really successful right now. So, like, take this what I see with a grain of salt. But my experience is, and again, success is depends what your definition of success is. But like, I still learned that gradually you build fans. Gradually, it's going to be 1, 2 fans, and also fans you don't know you have. There's are people that listen to my music. I get message, hey, I listened out to your stuff first time, but they listen, like, I've been following you for like X a number of time of years, months, whatever. Like, you have fans you don't even know about. So just keep refreshed, rest, and then be you, make your own music, make yourself. Don't try to copy. There's a lot of advice at the same, like, but it's super important just to relax and take a step back. That's for sure.
that's for sure there too. So thank you so much for sharing that, Lily. It really does mean a lot.
Yeah.
All right. So Lily, we've reached the questions here pretty good. So here, let's get to some fun questions. Ready?
Yeah.
All right. So first one here, I'm curious if there's a Montreal dish I didn't know about when me and my family were up there. But what would you say is currently your favorite food?
Come on. It's poutine. This is the same. It's the best food. That no, well, like a poutine is like, yeah, gravy, fries, and curd cheese or cheese. But first, the gravy. Each restaurants have their different gravies. So you might go to a place, the gravy is not great. The gravy is like one of the foundation of that food. Fries, different type of fries, but also you can add stuff, toppings on poutine, like pepperoni poutine. Like, I know people say poutine, but it's poutine. It's one of the best thing ever. Like, Yeah, that's one of my favorite food. It's not my only food. I love burritos as well. Like, I think this is pretty tasty, but yeah.
It was like, I think I always pronounce it poutine, or I guess however it was meant to be
It,
pronounced.
it's
Putin.
it's pronounced the same way as the certain president, whatever, of the world. It's like the same pronunciation. Or
Fortunately, we picked the right Putin, to say the least. So,
yeah, that's it.
so we'll just leave it at that. Too. So, I did have that. I think it was Gananoque. I mean, that was the name of the town that actually I had my first Canadian version, I should say. Because I think the U.S. one was obviously kind of butchered, to say the least. But
I think they're getting better though. So I heard there's some restaurants now in the States that make it like real like Quebecers puts in whatever. So yeah, eventually people are gonna. What do you want? You're still hungry. Oh my god. Yes, my cat is annoying. Um, yeah. So I think people are learning to do good poutine around the world. So like I think in England there are restaurants even in England that make poutine now. So hey, if you learn it to do it correctly, I am all for it. That's fine. I'm
spread
not
the
like
joy around.
yeah. It should. I'm not. It should just be made here. And I'm like, come on.
It was ours first. Don't start copying it. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like pizza. Like pizza's everywhere now. Like if like people like you get New York pizza, you get deep dish pizza, you get like Italian pizza, you get whatever. Like it's fine. Change the food as long as it's good.
that's for sure. In which case, thank God for the Chinese and then later the Italians. So, all right. A great choice, nonetheless. For the next one right here, what would you say is currently your favorite movie? And if you have a favorite TV series you'd like to share, go ahead.
Well, my favorite movie of all time is Braveheart. I think I've seen it like 16 or 18 times. Current movie, I don't watch a lot of movies. I watch series. You know what? I watch a lot of YouTube videos. That's my big entertainment because sometimes it's in the background while I make music. Uh, I think Dune 2 was the best movie I've seen lately. It it was an amazing like ride of a 2 3 hours. Dune is pretty good. TV series, oh my god, Loki, the Loki 2 seasons was fucking amazing. I'm still like I like Marvel Cinematic Universe. Even the bad one are usually okay, not all of them, but like, but also Arcane, the League of Legend animated series. That was a masterpiece. I finished season 2. I know season 2 was rushed; it could have been perfect, but like that series finished, I was like, oh wow, that was just fucking amazing. Yeah.
That's for
So
sure.
yeah. I like TV series. Oh yeah, Interview with the Vampire, the new series. It's really, really, really good. People are like, it's not Brad Pitt. I fucking don't care. Just remove the Brad Pitt image of Lestat, right? Brad Pitt was Lestat, I think. Remove that image. Go fresh. Watch Interview with the Vampire. There's 2 seasons right now. There's working on season 3. It's amazing. It's really, 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 really good. And Anne Rice, bless her soul, she left us, but she was part of the writing process for this series. And she changed. She worked with her son, Christopher. Also, they changed some stuff to make it more 2024, 25, whatever. So they changed the script around, but they did a great job to incorporate it to more modern time. Because like Interview with the Vampire happens in the 80s, right? So a lot of stuff happened like in 20 25 years. So yeah, it's a great series.
We enhance our technology to make it look a lot better than what it did in
Yeah,
the 80s. So, yeah.
yeah. Oh man, so good. Pistol, stop.
Right. You're good. Uh, I would say if you're looking for any sort of funny gamers, because I know you talked about YouTube gamers, I would say look up Dalkey. It's like Daukkey. And then there's Sovi. I guess those guys are hilarious. They do like these horror sort of video games, for instance. They're easily freaked out and they do all sorts of stuff. So, strongly recommend. You'll get a good laugh out of it there too.
DAQ.
Sorry, it was a DAUKEY. So sorry, I think I just said Q. That was my bad.
Okay, I see. Okay. Yeah, that looks funny.
Uh,
Yeah, I love in the background. So I watch like I usually watch VODs of people streaming on Twitch because I can't. I like to pause, so I don't really watch Twitch. I like to take break and come back in Twitch. Like when it's done, it's done. But I like a lot of people that streams and put the VOD on YouTube too in the background. It's pretty cool to me. It's a
okay.
good way to pass the time, and like every streamer, YouTuber, whatever content creator have their own like personality. That's fun. And there's a lot for everyone, right? It's like, oh, this one's not my cup of tea. Well, there's another one that probably gotta be your cup of tea, and it's entertainment. It's a new entertainment, right? Yes, I like to watch like $1 million TV series, but I like to watch people sitting in their like office, living room, whatever, and playing video games. That's also a nice thing to do.
We got the whole love seats and everything next. So yeah. All right.
Yeah.
But make love seats great again. So yeah, little deal. All right. The next one right here. I don't know if you drink any alcohol, but if you do, what's your favorite alcoholic drink? And what's your favorite non-alcoholic drink?
Um, I like Kraken, rum Kraken. It's pretty good. I like craft beers, like IPAs and stuff. There's a ton of craft beers here in Montreal, Quebec. Like everyone's making beer, so. But yeah, Kraken and craft beers are pretty my favorite here. Um, Coke Zero is a really good one. Like as a non-alcoholic beverage, they managed to do like an amazing 0 calorie tastes, and also kombucha. Like kombucha is pretty good too. So yeah, that's pretty much my favorite drinks.
I actually remember when kombucha. I don't know if it came on the scene like way before it, but I remember watching on CNBC Shark Tank when it initially came on. And she just pulled like that whole gut out. I was like, oh my god, that's nasty sort of stuff. But I mean, I guess it works. So
It works, and like granted, the original recipe I think it's from like South Korea. I think there's no flavor. There's no flavor. It's just what it tastes something, but there's no like fruit or whatever in it. But now like there's different type of kombucha. Like there's like kombucha. I don't know. There's like berry flavored and like pineapple flavor and stuff like this. I think the original taste is just like fermented tea. That's it.
I mean, hey, if it cleans up the body, you know it did a good job. So yeah, okay, great choices. And for the last one right here, what would you say is currently your favorite song? If you want to list one from the mainstream world and then one from the independent community, go ahead.
My favorite song. You can't ask this question. God, there's so many. I
It
will
does
go
have,
with.
okay,
I'm
good.
gonna go with. Um, I'm gonna go with Moon Sorrow, my favorite song of all time. But I'm gonna try to pronounce it because it's in Finnish. I'm gonna butcher it because sorry guys. Um, what album is it? I forgot. Because yeah, this band is a Finnish band, and everything. It's like good luck. Remembering the names. All right, let's see here. I can't pronounce. Anyway, it's like a half an hour song, and it's from the album Vides Luku Havieti. I don't know. This song is half an hour. The whole album is an hour. It's two songs, two half an hour songs. And like I said, it's a journey. And that song, like for me, it takes your emotions. Like I don't know, like it does something inside, and I came like crying with this song. Like I cried on this song multiple times. So that's one of my favorite songs. They're not in the well. They're still compared to other metal bands. They're not really super popular. I mean, compared to other like mainstream metal band, I guess if that's a word. Mainstream metal band, yes, I guess so. Um, and they've been in Wise. Oh my god. I discovered so I make there's a series of playlists I on Spotify I do is like called underrated gems, underappreciated gems. I have like 5 playlists right now, working on the 6th one. So I discovered so many good, and the point of these playlists is just to put like songs, indie songs on there on the spotlight. Yeah, let's see here. I'm looking at my playlist. Oh yeah, you know what? There's one band I really like. They're progressive. They're called the Solar Expedition. That's the name of their band. Oh yeah, the Solar Expedition. Yeah, one of them is Ephemer Reality. That's a pretty good one. And they're not super heavy progressive too. Like it's not progressive metal, but they're a pretty good band. So yeah, that's one of them.
Learn something new with these interviews. So, all right, all
Yeah.
great choices
Oh
right
yeah.
there.
If you want like if you want ideas of indie artists, just ask me. Like I said, I have 5 of these playlists. I'm working on the 6th one, so there's a lot of independent artists on.
Because what's up with everyone making playlists? Because I mean, like, I know it helps in terms of view wise, but I guess does it kind of help out other people, for instance?
I would like to say yes, but like look, the first playlist have 17 saves. Like there are the playlists that make it like farther, have like more more reach. But I do it because I still think it must help somehow, and I think it's like my way of saying thank you for everyone to help me get my music discovered. So that's my way of saying, hey, there's other people's stuff. But there are other like playlists that are more successful that have like hundreds of saves and stuff like this.
Thank you so much for what you do right there for the playlist. So, thank you so much.
I do my best. I mean, it's time consuming, like that's the thing. You have limited time. You can write music or take your time to, like talk about other people's work, and it's a balance. And my way of doing it is taking some times off every time I release a new song. I create a playlist too, and taking my time to like work and discover others people work. But I can't be 100% discovering others people work. There's so much music out there, like, and I like to create and I want to focus on this, but I want to be self-centered where I don't care about other people, because it's when we're working together that we can help each other out. Like if you stay on your own little corner side of the world, you might not get successful because you need network and you need like other people to help you, and it's a network. So it's important to help other people to getting known and stuff like this.
That's for sure. So, all right. So, Lily, we're down to one more question on my podcast right here. But I guess before we jump into it, would you like to ask me any questions or say any final words before we jump into it?
How long have you been doing this, like interview?
I'm going to say come February, it's actually going to be 4 years because we started back in 2021. So,
That's awesome. Well, keep up the good work for sure.
thank you.
I didn't take time to watch your stuff because I was be so busy. So I'll take time to watch some of these interviews.
I'm going to say you got a good bit to go through, to be honest, there too. I would say some of them I split because unfortunately I was able, how to explain it. I basically didn't have like a whole lot of interviews like lined up, so I split them like into 2 parts. So you see like 2-parters from like here and there. So
That's good.
So
That's a
I would
good way.
say like I think part 1 normally gets maybe more views than like maybe the part 2s. So
Well, it's fine because people attention span is so small, right? So you have to like put it in two. Also helps, like like first you get more video out, so you show more in people's feeds and stuff like this, and just having a like I don't know. It's better to have 2 half-an-hour videos than just 1 hour video. Depends on the anyway. I think in my mind it makes sense, but I think it's a good way to do it.
they have like a whole lot of interviews like lined up. So now I think the last couple of months I've been having like 2 or 3 like a week. So
that's good.
You're kicking some ass. So that's what matters. So,
Yeah.
right. Anything else?
No, pretty much it. Thank you for doing this for sure. Like, this is my second interview ever. I'm gonna have a third one in 1 hour. Um, but like, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to me because I'm a small, like, in the grand scheme of thing, I'm nobody, right? Like, I work my music, but not a lot of people listen to it. I mean, there are some, but like interviews like this will help me get discovered. And also, I like to talk about my process. I like to talk how I do things, and if I can inspire people to also do their best and create music, well, I'm happy. So thank you for taking the time to interview.
No worries. Thank you so much again for coming on. But we do have one more question, and here's how it goes. So, given what COVID's done, obviously, it seems like yours was affecting you more mentally, if anything else. But I know you and your partner got maybe sick a couple of times with COVID. But for those people and musicians who are perhaps impacted by COVID or dealing with anything else in their lives, like depression, anxiety, addiction, that sort of stuff right there too, what sort of message of hope could you give to those musicians and people so they can try to move forward with their lives?
Um, I think it goes back to what we talked about, like the soul and the desire and the will. Focus on things you want to do in life, and I know it can be daunting because you might want to do something and then like look all the steps you need to take and get discouraged. Don't worry. Just do small stuff and do what you like. Keep keep your mind focused on a goal, on something that will help you deal with the rest. Because mental illness is super difficult when you focus on what's going wrong. And this is where it gets. And trust me, I've been in some really dark places. Like, I know what I'm talking about with this. Not saying I know everything what's happening in people's like mental illness, but when you focus on your problems, it gets super difficult and there's no way out. But if you focus on the things you want to achieve in life, step by step, be patient, that's going to help you get through really a lot of hard things. For me, my trials are never being outside. I don't care what's happening outside. What? No, I don't care. Like, you don't like me, whatever. I don't care. Like, just you get out of my life. My struggle what were always inside, but I learned to not listen to the bad sides. Like, not listen to, oh, this little voice. Some people, oh, you suck. You're stupid. You're never gonna achieve anything. I learned to. I don't care. I'm doing what I love, and that's what's more important. So yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Spoke like a true prodigy.
Well, I I don't know if I'm a prodigy or anything, but like it just you learn by doing. You learn like things might be daunting at first, but the more you do it, the more easy it becomes to you. The thing you love. It's just like experience and never quitting, I guess.
All right. Thank you so much, Lily, for sharing right there too. And we've reached the end of my podcast right here. Boy, we talked just a little shy about an hour and maybe 15 or 20 minutes. But before we close out, would you like to give any final words? Want to give any shout outs?
Thank you again for having me, and yeah, and also you can find me on lillycue.me. So LILLYCUE.me, and everything's there. All socials, everything, music. So
All right, sounds good. And the closes are like this. Everyone, my guest today was Lillycue, aka Dragon Goddess from Darkness. She's hailing from the lovely country of Canada, Montreal to be more exact. So just go hit up on all socials, all streaming platforms, and anything here too. So I guess when did that new song release? Desperate Situations. It just got released not too long ago.
yeah, there's a music video too. So if you go on YouTube, you can watch the music video of it.
All right, sounds good. So let's help our sister out there too, and hit up all streaming platforms, all social media, and everything here too. So let's help our big sister out there too. So, Lily,
Thank you.
No worries. Thank you again so much again for coming on. So you do stay safe because you know it is one fucked up world out there.
Yeah.
Okay. Stay tuned, y'all.
Thank you.